I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Diffuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for that doubt, they counted me out.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome back to Unfazed with JJ and AJ. I'm happy to be here. Joe, I can tell you happy to be here, man. How you feeling today? I see the shades. I see the look like the Commander's jersey. I ain't even got my background up. That's how y'all know I'm off right now, but we good. We straight. How you feeling today, Joe?
I'm feeling like first place. So I mean, feeling pretty good, pretty good. Hey, what's up, AJ? I couldn't see you do these things. How you doing? Are you good, man?
I'm hanging in there, man. Tough loss week 2. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It happens. You know what I mean? That's all I can really say. It happens. But we here, man. Happy to be here for another episode, man. Y'all in first place. Y'all chilling. I know you feeling good. We're gonna get to your boy in a second. Played pretty well week 2. But for now, like last week, we started with the Monday night game. This week, we're starting again with the Monday night game. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Falcons played. Came down to the wire. Kirk Cousins, game-winning drive, touchdown to end the game. A lot of people saying the Eagles lost the game. A lot of people saying the Falcons won the game. Joe, I'm here to ask you, did the Eagles lose the game or did the Falcons win the game?
Good question.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Shout out to Bibby. Shout out to Bibby. All right.
Yo, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
I'm going to say y'all lost that game. But on the flip side, the Falcons won the game also. I know it sounds crazy. I'm talking on both sides of my mouth, right? But that's why I say I lost the game. Y'all had the game. I mean, if y'all made the right decision, in my opinion, y'all would have won the game. And I believe the right decision is run the ball. Now, I know some people say, but Saquon dropped the pass, he's wide open, which is true. Saquon got to make that play. But here's the problem with the Eagles. And not just that one play. We talk about the first drive of the game when y'all went, second drive, I think, when y'all went for it on 4th down. Y'all are too good. Y'all roster is too great. So y'all get too greedy. Y'all really get too greedy. I got the tush push behind you and everything. And I think y'all got greedy in that moment. I don't blame Kellen Moore. I blame Nick Sirianni. It was Nick Sirianni's call for them to go for it on that play, for them to try to get the first down. That was Nick Sirianni's call. He said on the press call, that play, the perfect play for real to get that play to happen, but Saquon didn't capitalize. But y'all lost that game in that first 4th down went for, and that last one, the last 3rd down. But Kirk Cousins and the crew, they won that game too. I mean, to go down the field with no timeouts, with like 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the game, not scoring in the red zone the whole game, and the one time you scored in the red zone was for the game-winning play, and on y'all best corner, shout out to Drake London, man. I mean, the movie put on Darius Slade was amazing. So,
eyes in the backfield.
Woo! I mean, gosh, that was terrific. Even though your boy, Keon Mitchell, your rookie of the year, he got 2 passes called on that game on the drive. 2.
He did.
2. And your boy, Cavs boy, Maddox, that was a holding and pass interference in the end zone. They ain't call it, but Drake London made up for it and cooked Darius Slay. So I will say, yes, y'all kind of lost that game, but I can't take away from what the Falcons did by winning that game on that last game on the drive without scoring in the red zone all game, but the game on the drive. So, conclusion though, I'm going to say the Falcons won that game.
Eagles blew the game, and it's not close.
Mm.
It don't matter how it's sliced. It don't matter. I know people want to give the Falcons credit, and before I say anything about Philadelphia, I will give them credit. Offensive line looks very good, especially against our pass rush, which was non-existent. Kirk Cousins, when he got a clean pocket, he gonna pick you apart. We kind of all knew this. So respect to Kirk Cousins for going out there, game winning drive, doing his thing. Respect to the Falcons defense. We are known for being an aggressive team. Even before A.J. Brown and the crew got there, we was going forward on fourth downs. That's just kind of how Coach Sirianni coaches. It's not as bad as what Dan Campbell does in Detroit, but he'll go for it on fourth and short all day long. That's just his game, especially in the red zone. If he's seen his defense get stop teams from getting in the red zone. Hey, I trust y'all to get the stops. We want to put up 7 here. We want to put up 6 here. So I get it. But credit to the Falcons defense for getting that stop. Credit to Jesse Bates for getting a big time stop. Devontae Smith catches the ball on the goal line. The ball smacked out of his hands. Shout out to Jesse. That was a great play. Like, Hurts could have probably threw a better ball there. Maybe technique on Devontae Smith's part could have been a little bit better, but Jesse made a great play. That's just a great defensive play. I put that more so on the defense than the offense. And, last play of the game, got to give respect to, or one of the last plays of the game, got to give respect to the Falcons defense as well, knowing that, hey, at the end of the game, Jalen Hurts wants to go to A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith, which is a conversation for another day. 30 seconds left. We know he wants a chunk play here. Let's, give him a certain look, make him think that, Devontae's open when he's not. And then as soon as he lets the ball go, let's jump on the ball. So I'll give respect where it's due to the Falcons. But the Eagles blew the game. The Falcons had a 0.7 chance of winning that game late. It was a 0.7 chance. If you lose a game and it's a 0.7 chance that you're going to win, or if you win a game with a 0.7 chance that you're going to win, can't nobody tell me that you just won that game without a colossal collapse on the behalf of the other team who had a 99.3% chance of winning the football game. I want to say this. I don't know if I want to start with the conclusion or if I want to start with Saquon. I'll start with Saquon, and I'll start with the play call. I'm not mad at his play call. I'm not mad at Kellen Moore's play call, because if you look at the way the defense was situated, I have a feeling we might have lost a yard or two if we tried to run the ball. I really do. They was packed inside. It would have been a tough run play. Yes, you could have ran the clock down a little bit more and got the field goal. That would have played a part. But at the end of the day, as I saw the play unfolded, I'm like, oh, this is perfect. We ran the same play in the red zone like the possession before, and it worked to perfection. And so you run it again, give Saquon the same opportunity you gave him last week or the last possession. Saquon catches the ball, the game is over. He trucks whoever's in front of him, stays in bounds, the game is over. They have no more timeouts. That's it. I thought it was a masterful play call. I really did. There was even certain things in the play call that said, hey, if it's not there, you can fall to the ground, take the sack. Hurts, if it's not there, there was other ways to keep the clock moving, essentially, if it wasn't there. But it was there. It was there. Saquon, one of the best players on the team, gotta make it happen on that play. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. If he makes it happen, makes a simple catch, nobody's talking about this stuff. Nobody's saying the things that they're saying. But since he didn't, as an Eagles fan, understanding how the Eagles have been in the last 2 minutes of games, they have lost 4 games recently in the last 2 minutes of games, bro. Understand that they play in the last 2 minutes of games. In my heart of hearts, Joe, I knew we was going to lose that game. I had faith when we got the ball back with 30 seconds left. But when Kirk Cousins got the ball and I saw there was no pass rush whatsoever, we wasn't sending the blitz and we was sitting back in this zone, I knew we was going to lose. I knew Kirk was getting the ball in the end zone one way or another. I knew he was. But I got to say this about the offense or about the defense. Everybody talks about the defense. Kev is bringing it up right here in the chat. Davis, Carter, Bryce Huff. They absolutely have to be held accountable by not being able to stop the run and get a pass rush going. At some point, y'all got to step up Y'all got to get to the quarterback. Y'all got to stop the run. But I also want to say this. I'm not mad at the defense. I'm not mad at the defense. Because at the end of the day, Howie Roseman made a decision this offseason. Howie Roseman has had one of the best defenses in the league before. He's had the number one pass defense in the league before. He's had a decent run defense before, right? They got to the Super Bowl, they lost because they got outscored. We've seen the Ravens lose with the best defense in the league in the playoffs. We've seen the 49ers, one of the best defenses in the league, lose in the Super Bowl. Howie Roseman's decisions in the offseason said, we're going to put the money all the way on the offensive side of the ball. We're going to re-up Jalen Hurts, which he did a year or so ago. We're going to re-sign A.J. Brown. We're going to re-sign Devontae Smith. Hassan Reddick, we might have to let go because we got to repay. We got to re-sign these guys. I'm not mad at the decision, but this says, yeah, we're going to bring back C.J. Gardner-Johnson. We're going to bring in Bryce Huff. We're going to bring in Zach Vaughn and Devin White. But we're going to have some faith in these young guys that we drafted that are supposed to be good, and we're going to put this money on the offensive side of the ball. The offense is going to have to carry. So the reason why I say I'm not mad at the defense is because they allowed 15 points. However you want to slice it, before the last drive of the game, they allowed 15 points. Yes, they got gashed in the run game. Yes, anytime Kirk Cousins had time to pick you apart, he picked you apart. But every time they got in that red zone, we had the fist up. Every time they got in that red zone, the fist was up all night long. Field goal after field goal after field goal. Field goal after field goal after field goal. If you telling me that this offense that you put all this money into can't beat a team that only puts up 15 points and they just need to milk the clock, we have a greater problem. The Eagles are about offense this year. It's not about defense. We need the defense to get crucial stops. And they did. The red zone stop. The C.J. Gardner-Johnson play. That's where you win the game if you're the offense. You got to seal the deal there. You can't give the ball back to your defense and expect them to make those stops. That's not what they're known for. That is not what they're known for. That's not what they're going to be known for all season. I'm confident that the defense will improve as time progresses, but this is about the offense. The offense has to do what they're paid to do. They got to score the football. They got to put up points. And yes, I know A.J. Brown did not play. I understand A.J. Brown did not play, and that's a big-time loss to this offense. I understand that. But Devontae Smith is still there. Dallas Goedert is still there. Saquon is still there. We saw Jalen Hurts using his legs again. He is still there. That offensive line is still there. You got more than enough weapons. Even without A.J. Brown, you got more weapons on offense than most teams. You still got more. You got more weapons on offense than most teams. You got to find a way to get it done. So I put this more so on the Eagles than the Falcons. They give up 15 points. So you got a chance to ice the game. You ice the game. Simple as that. I did not expect that defense to go out there and get a stop against Kirk Cousins with no pass rush. It just is what it is. If you're the offense, if you're Saquon, if you're Jalen, you got to look yourselves in the mirror. Yes, the defense naturally, yeah, you got to be better. But the money ain't on defense, y'all. The money is on the offensive side of the ball. You need 25 to 30 points a game. That's what you need. And that's what they paying y'all to do. So I put this on the Eagles more than I put it on the Falcons.
But, okay, the money's on the offense. But most of the money is going to, outside of Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown. And A.J. Brown wasn't there. And you can. But no, most of the money outside of Hurts is going towards A.J. And without A.J. on the field, have y'all even won a game without A.J.? No. Y'all 0-4 if I'm not mistaken without A.J. Brown. And A.J. Brown, I got to look at that stat. But y'all lost it in the playoff game. Y'all lost last year.
He only missed one game. It was a playoff game and then this past game.
0-2. 0-2 without A.J. Brown. And then also, you can just see without A.J. Brown how much time Jalen Hurts has to buy time just to find an open receiver. Jalen Hurts used his – not A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has used his legs so much yesterday. So much without A.J. Brown being there. And on top of that, yes, you put the money back into the guys you already had. You ain't get no new guys. You're the same guys.
You got Saquon Barkley.
No, you do got Saquon, but you also just told me you got Huff. You also drafted most of your top picks in the draft on the defensive side of the ball. Not just this year, last year too. Your first round pick was on the defensive side of the ball. The year before that, Jordan Davis. Y'all had invested talent into the defensive side of the ball. to the point where they should be decent. You just said yourself, the Falcons only put up 15 points. 15 points the whole game. Saquon drops the ball. The game is not over. Y'all should still win this game, even with the drop. They got 0 timeouts. I don't know what just happened. I need my mic. I think I just smacked my mic off. You have to give the Falcons. You can't just say, "Oh, we get a game up." I mean, yes, things happen in the game. That was a drop pass, but the Falcons did march all the way down the field and won that game. On top of winning the game, he gets a flag in the end zone and has to kick a long field goal just for an extra point, and they nailed that also. So I gotta give the Falcons credit. I can't just say the Eagles gave away that game. Yes, they partially gave that game, but I'm gonna give a lot of credit to the Falcons for executing something they couldn't do all game. They haven't had not one red zone execution the whole game, not to the game-winning drive. So I gotta give them credit for that.
The red zone opportunity doesn't happen if Saquon Barkley simply catches the football. Again, everybody, people talk about. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. He look. Some people drop wobbling passes all the time. It happens, right? Now, the smart call would be to run the ball, but instead y'all got greedy and you passed the ball. Something you always do. You say that this is what we do. So this is what y'all do. You did it and it failed.
But see, this the thing. This the thing, Joe. This the thing that people are failing to understand about that play call from Kellen Moore. Why do you think he called that play? He called that. I said, why do you think he called that play? He called that play not only because it worked before. It's because, bro, the offense is going to win us games. It's not going to be said out loud. It's not going to be said out loud. We don't trust the defense right now. We don't trust it like that right now. That's the reason why you call it. If you have a defense that you can count on to get stop after stop, that's going to get pressure on the quarterback, that's going to do this, that, and the third. Yes, they had moments where they showed up and they made plays in this game. But in this moment, you thinking, hey, look, we don't want to give the ball back to Kurt. We want to ice this game. Why? That's why the call was played. Because, again, we saw how they looked week one. They didn't play great week one. And then in the run, and then during the game yesterday, they couldn't get any pressure on Kirk Cousins. They couldn't get no pressure on Kirk Cousins. They couldn't force any turnovers. The one thing that they did, I will give them credit for, the one thing that they did is they got stops in the red zone. I give them credit for that. But you can't consistently count on that moment in and moment out, especially in a game like this. And another reason why you don't trust that defense is because we've seen multiple times last year, the Cardinals game, the Seattle game, the game this year, 2 minutes left, Eagles got the lead. This team comes back, game-winning drive. 2 minutes left, Eagles got the lead, game-winning drive. Again, last night, 1 minute, 40-something seconds left. We got the lead. They get the ball, touchdown. That's why if you're on offense, the thought is, look, we have possession of the ball. They already got their big stop. The C.J. Gardner-Johnson stop on 4th and 1 was the big stop. We are in our own territory. We need either 7 right here for real, or we just need to run the clock out. And so the thought process behind that is I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to run a play that I've seen that we already ran before, give one of our best offensive players an opportunity to make a play to seal the deal. And honestly, you live with that. But when you talk about the defensive side of the ball, yes, we drafted Jordan Davis. We drafted Jalen Carter. We drafted these guys, but none of these guys paid yet. C.J. Gardner-Johnson just got paid, sure, but it ain't like he reset the market at the safety position, right? Bryce Huff got paid, but Bryce Huff got the same deal Hassan Reddick got when he came to Philly, and it was a discount. It ain't like he went to set the market on somebody on the defensive side of the ball or paid somebody top dollar. He paid somebody, here's the scraps, because we want this defense. Now, you drafted young guys that you think will be good. Quinyon's going to be good. Right? You hope Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter are going. You drafted those guys, but you're banking on we're going to have to work with the young talent here, like the Chiefs did when they beat us in the Super Bowl. We got a lot of young talent that's going to pay off, but the offense is going to have to win us these games. And so, again, Falcons, more power to you. Went out there, you got the job done. but it was a 0.7 chance, bro. 0.7. 99.3% chance you was going to lose that game. You don't win that game if the Eagles don't drop the freaking football. You don't win it. It's not like they went and batted the ball out of Saquon's hand. It's not like they forced the fumble or got the interception that got them the lead back. No. They put the ball in Saquon's hands and he dropped it. That's why I can't say they won the game. The Eagles gave them boys the game. Like they did for Seattle, like they did for Arizona, like they did for a few other games down the stretch last year. That game was supposed to be won.
So if y'all kicked the field goal and that first fourth down y'all went for, you think y'all win that game?
One more time.
If y'all the first fourth down y'all went for, if y'all just kicked the field goal, y'all probably win the game because
I hate when people say that too, because you know what's crazy.
Things happen.
If we kicked that field goal, who's to say that the next fourth down that we had where we kicked the field goal to go up 10-9, who's to say we kicked that field goal? Sirianni's gonna go for it again.
Which is part of my argument. So like my whole thing is, yes, Saquon's paid. Yes, Devontae Smith is paid. I get it. But you gamble. That was a gambling call. You gamble and you live with the result. We can't say, oh, if Saquon would have caught it, that wasn't a call that most people would make. It was a gamble y'all made and it failed. Because this is what Sirianni does.
But so why did it fail? But why did it fail though?
Because he dropped it. Yeah, he did drop the ball. But if y'all would have made the right call, which when he passed it, I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? So he hiked the ball off. I'm like, whoa. They passing the ball, and then he dropped it. Because stuff like that can happen in those moments. Because he being greedy. So, and you say rely on the offense, AJ, part of coaching is coaching the game. You coach the game. You don't coach how my team looks. Who gets paid the most money? No. You coach the game. And what happened in that game? The Packers game, I would get you because the defense getting right up and down the field. I get you on that. This game, the fuckers couldn't get in the end zone, bro. They got in the end zone one time of a Mooney catch and a missed tackle over Gardner Johnson. But outside of that, they could not get in the end zone. If I'm the Eagles, I'm kicking that ball. I'm kicking it. You're going to have to score on that, something you didn't do all game for real. But instead, you want to rely on something that didn't work all game. That offense struggled the whole game. Hurts was the offense. Hurts' legs was your offense. It struggled the whole game. But yet, you rely on the offense to win y'all the game? Come on now. Rely on the defense.
If the play works, nobody is saying this.
But
this is like when the Eagles did the Philly special in the Super Bowl. Bro, if that play doesn't work, that play is one of the worst play calls in Super Bowl history. But at the end of the day, though, it worked, and it will be the same thing here, bro. And now hindsight is 2020, bro. Because at the end of the day, we saw Kirk Cousins get that ball back and get the ball in the end zone in like a minute. Even if we ran the ball, bro, we ran the ball and and we didn't get the first. We ran the clock all the way down. They still would have had a minute left to score. They had a minute left. Now, granted. It took them a minute and 5 seconds to get in the end zone. But your speed up, I noticed during their hurry up, they was rushing, but they weren't rushing. They realized they had a decent amount of time. They had a decent amount of time to get the ball in the end zone. It scored with 30-something seconds left. They scored with 37 seconds left. I'm thinking they gave our offense more than enough time. So I feel like the play call, I am not, if it comes down to giving the ball to Saquon, whether it is a handoff or a two, ain't like we threw a Hail Mary to Saquon. If it's a handoff or an extended handoff, which is pretty much what that was, I am okay with losing if we end up losing that way. I have to live. I gotta live with that. So I don't think that's gonna happen too many more times.
Because after that happened, more happened. They drove downfield and scored on y'all, and like you just said, y'all had enough time on the clock to get a field goal in. You got Jake Elliott, and then your boy threw an interception.
It makes less sense if we didn't have this history of giving up these leads with 2 minutes left, Joe. This defense, to be honest, I love my Eagles. This defense be choking with the game on the line, bro. They don't get a lot of stops with the game when the game is on the line, bro.
But have y'all lost after kicking a field goal though? Normally,
I'd have to go back and remember how a lot of those games ended exactly.
Because the Giants game, was the last 2 minutes, John?
I mean, bro, the thing is,
Cardinals.
all
The
of
Cardinals
those.
was a dumb quarterback sneak call. They did. That was dumb.
But
Remember that?
bro, yes. But this is the thing. All of them games ended. The team scored a touchdown. James Conner scored a touchdown to end the game. What's the name? What was the Seahawks game? They scored a touchdown on James Bradbury. That
was off of a defensive stop, though. That was momentum.
But bro, it is a proven track record now, bro. Over the course of these most recent like 4 games, when it's close, bro, the offense got to seal the deal. Especially, I know they wasn't getting stops in the red zone, but at the end of the day, if you can't get pressure on Kirk Cousins, eventually he's gonna get in the end zone.
And also, I do want to address something you said. You saying not worried about Bijan. Bijan's the reason why they got all them field goals. He the one that marched them down the field every single time. Without Bijan, I don't know what the Falcons would be.
Bijan, I don't know if Von is watching, but Bijan did this thing. Bijan had a great game. I think you might have also brought up Bijan. I think some other people brought up Bijan this, Bijan that.
I'm surprised you made that comment because you picked them offensive player of the year.
I felt like I left that game feeling like, I've seen the Eagles give up a ton of rushing yards. I've seen it happen. I've seen guys gash us, but I do not think that he is the reason why we lost this game. Maybe it's the Eagle fan in me, bro, but I feel like watching the Eagles last night, this was more so about the Philadelphia Eagles than it was the Falcons. And you will see as the season progresses, bro, Kirk Cousins is a statue. The moment teams get to Kirk Cousins, they lose. It's more about Philly not executing the game plan than it is about Kirk Cousins, in my personal opinion.
I do want to read a super chat with Tomo. Shout out to Tomo, host of R2L show, host of Inner Corner. Been a member for the Refuse to Lose family for 14 months. You live by the offense, you die by the offense. Hashtag get over it, Tomo. Hashtag is it Colin or Kellen Moore? I don't know.
He's saying calling. It's a troll.
Calling more runs. Hashtag it's just 2 weeks. It's just week 2. Hashtag coach the game. And it's for you, Tomo.
The reason to address
Go ahead.
That's hilarious. I ain't gonna lie.
The baby, man.
The reason why I said I'm not worried about Bijan is because I have trust in the offense, bro. I trust the offense. I know AJ wasn't playing. I trust Saquon. I trust Jalen Hurts. I trust Devontae. And Goddard, we need to involve more within the offense. So that's why people bringing up Bijan, one of the things I said after that is, well, what they going to do with our offense? They got to stop our offense. Because I know teams, it's bend but don't break. We're going to give up some touchdowns. We're going to give up some field goals. But as long as the team don't score over 20 points, I feel like the Eagles should win that game 10 times out of 10 with this offense. That's how I feel. That is how I feel.
Legit, bro.
They played well. They played well. But I feel like at the end of the day, he can go out there and have a great game. That was my thought process. Bijan, I'm not worried about Bijan. He can go out there and have a great game. As long as we do our job offensively, we will be just fine. That's how I felt. And I still, which is why I said earlier, I don't care about Bijan. I still don't think that's the reason why we lost the game. We lost the game because offensively we didn't execute. We simply did not execute. AJ, we need AJ back, but Kellen Moore, my one gripe against him, you got to find a way to involve Dallas Goedert. And the last thing I want to say, I didn't talk about this. I know we got to move on to the next topic. I want to get this out really quick. Jalen, I thought he played a sensational game.
He did.
I really do. He played a special game. He used his legs. He used his arm. He made plays whenever he had to make plays. I hate the fact that the game came down to the play it came down to because it shouldn't have. He shouldn't even been in that position. And that's what a lot of people are going to talk about. Now turnovers, the most turnovers since 2022 and all this other crap. Cool, whatever. What I will say, my one gripe for Jalen is this. If it's 30 seconds left and you got 2 timeouts, bro, you don't have to throw the ball 50 yards down the field. You don't have to do that, bro. Teams know in the Seattle game, Julian Love literally said verbatim, I know he want to go to 11, so I know I just got to bait it with my eyes a little bit. As soon as he let the ball go, I'm over there by number 11. It's a pick. The same situation this week. Number 11 ain't out there, but 6 is. These defensive safeties are all pros. You know, he probably want to go to 6. So let's bait him into throwing the ball to 6, and it's an interception. You had Covey cutting across the middle of the field, wide open. Bro, it's 30 seconds left. You got one of the best kickers in the game. You got 2 timeouts. Take the check down. Allow somebody to get some yak. Take the play across the middle of the field. Allow somebody to make a play. You don't have to rely on the big play to win a game late when you have 2 timeouts. That's my only gripe for him. That has to be changed because this will not be the last situation we are in like this. He got to learn to trust everybody on the field, not just 6 and 11. Whether it's Covey, whether it's your boy Dotson, whether it's, Goddard, whoever, you got to trust everybody on that field. Dotson play, he caught a pass. We need to involve him more in the. I think Jalen don't trust everybody, and that's the problem. He don't trust.
Y'all all 22s ain't come out yet, so
you gonna see Covey on that last play cutting across the middle of the field open. I saw it. I saw it live.
Yeah, man. But listen, man, I had a feeling that this was gonna be a topic of a topic, So we good. 30 minutes in, let's go. So I hope y'all enjoyed the first 30 minutes of the show. So the next thing we got to talk about, the 2 rookies. You picked Caleb Williams to be rookie of the year, offensive. I picked my boy Jayden. Hold on, let me throw my shades on. Let me throw my #1 division leading shades on. So we got Jayden Daniels leading #1 team in the NFC East to a victory against the New York Giants. And we got Caleb Williams on primetime going against another young star, loses. We did week 1 grades. Let's do our week 2 grades. And we're going to kick it off with you, AJ.
Jayden Daniels, I give Jayden Daniels at least a B+.
Oh, man.
I give him at least a B+. I liked what I saw. I felt like he used his legs when necessary, not too much. We saw what we wanted to see from him. Last week, we talked about how we felt like he didn't sit in the pocket and just deliver the ball from the pocket more. Every time, he dropped back, he'd see somewhere to run. I'm going to just take off and run. And so I respected the fact this week he sat in the pocket and he delivered, pause. He delivered, let's just say passes from the pocket. Let's say something else. He delivered passes from the pocket. I thought he played a great game. The only reason why I'm not giving him an A or A+, these shades. The only reason why I'm not giving him an A or A+, I want to see you cash in the red zone a little bit more. We got to see some touchdowns put up on the board. Some of that is coaching, some of that is him, but we got to see some more touchdowns being cashed in. I will say, though, you see him slowly understanding the game more week by week, play by play, understanding what he needs to do to make this offense go. His first game-winning drive of his career. Now, granted, it's the Giants. I'm not going to put a ton of stock into the Giants, but he's a rookie, right? And it's the Commanders. And at the end of the day, this is a division rival. This is a team that has beaten the Commanders before. So I give them credit where it's due. Jayden played well. 226 yards, 23 of 29. You can't be mad at that. 44 yards on the ground, rushed the ball 10 times. That's 10 rushes, though, I do want to say. But he ran the ball 10 times, 44 yards. I thought he played a great game. And they won the game. They are technically by the book #1 in the NFC East. This will not last long. But we live with it for now. You know what I'm saying? Cowboys didn't handle their business. We already talked about the Eagles, and y'all beat the Giants. Kudos to y'all for this week. But we'll be back next week talking about them Commanders for sure. As far as Caleb. It's getting harder for me to grade Caleb week in and week out because this offensive line is atrocious. It's atrocious. Now, granted, it's been bad for the longest, and it was bad when Fields was there. I should have took that more into account when I was thinking about this award and thinking about the type of season he would have. I do think he's going to right his wrongs at some point this year, but that offensive line can't protect him for nothing. He got beat up out there, and outside of that, I feel like when he does have time, we said it in the chat, Joe. I feel like he's playing like he's still at USC. This ain't USC, bro. This ain't college, bro. You can't break tackles, roll to the right, throw across your body, and expect the pass to be completed. You are not Patrick Mahomes. I think a lot of that's been thrown out there is Patrick Mahomes. Bro, everybody not Pat. Pat can do that stuff and get away with it. You know what I mean? He got a lot of things going in his favor. Not only is he Patrick Mahomes, them zebras gonna make stuff happen too. Yeah, I'm throwing shots. I do not care. I do not care. But at the end of the day, it's Pat, best quarterback in the league, and taking no credit away from him. At the end of the day, you are not him, bro. You are a rookie. You got to understand when it's time to make a play and when it's not time to make a play. At the end of the day, if you're Caleb Williams, you got to be smarter. You got to be smarter. But I do think he's going to learn. I think the missing Keenan Allen also hurts. I definitely think that hurts. I think that's your best receiving option. You know, I like Moore, but I like Keenan Allen a little bit more. And so no pun intended there. But so I mean, if we just going off the last performance, I mean, let me get these numbers back up. I had them up earlier. I don't know if I don't even got looking at 174 yards passing, 2 interceptions, 23 of 37. It's another thing as I look at these numbers, all these back shoulder throws. He's trying to throw all these back shoulder throws, man. It's not working. You're not connecting, bro. You got to try something else. Go back to the drawing board and practice them back shoulder throws a little bit more. You know, we seen DJ Moore take his helmet off in disgust after he missed one of them back shoulder passes. I mean, bro, if it ain't there, and you can't make that throw right now, don't force it. You ain't got to. If I had to give him a grade overall, though, bro, you went up against a good team. I think I gave him a D last week, or it might have been a D minus. Honestly, I'm giving him an F for that performance. I'm going to give him an F. I'm failing him for that performance. The 2 interceptions, playing like you're still in college hurts. I know the offensive line is what it is, bro. But you can't – you are in part losing these games. The defense ain't playing that bad. You are – and the defense won you the game last week. You got to come out. You got to help them. You got to put some points on the board. And the last thing you need to be doing is turning the football over. The last thing you need to be doing is turning the football over. This is the pros. This is not USC. You got to be better. I'll give him an F. I'm not giving up on him. I'm not coming off my pick. I do think he will get better. He will improve. But he got a lot to learn. He got a lot to learn. So B+ for Jayden, an F for Caleb.
Sorry, Teddy. I got to take these off, man. All right. But I'm going to give Jayden Daniels a B+. And the only reason why he didn't get an A for me, just like you said, we didn't score a touchdown. Now, granted, some of them because of the offensive line. I mean, you get to the red zone, false start. But like you said, from week 1 to week 2, you see the growth. Week 1, tuck and run. I'm gone. This week, first half, first quarter and a half, yeah, somewhat. He was doing that. But then he got smacked one time, got the wind knocked out of him. He had to sit for one play. He came back in that game. AJ, my man said, you know what? Let me sit in this pocket and see how that go. And he started sitting in that pocket. He started throwing that rock. So I got to give him credit for that. And he was very accurate with his throws. Once again, did not turn the ball over. Like you said, he had a game-winning drive. And 7 possessions, 7 field goals. We scored on every possession in that game. And granted, the Giants are the Giants. But the Giants got some good defensive pieces over there. And like you said, the Giants have been owning us for a while. I mean, Daniel Jones, 5-1-1 against us. So I'm used to the Giants' defense overpowering us, the defensive line killing us. Now with Jayden Daniels, it was a couple of plays that he broke that could have been big losses. That he almost got sacked and he broke out of it. And with that, his play, even one of those plays, he didn't really gain much yards. He gained like a yard. But those type of plays ignites the team. It's like the team, like, come on, man, we got a dog on our team. And you see B-Rob running hard, Austin Eckler running hard. Austin Eckler runs off the kickoff on the opening. All that is a aura of Jayden Daniels. I'm telling y'all, Jayden Daniels is like that leadership that he brings to this team is changing it. So I'm gonna give him a B+. Caleb Williams. Listen, man. I was watching that game, and I in the beginning I felt bad for him. Because in the first half, he played good, in my opinion. I was watching him like he's playing good. He's not turning the ball over. He's making every throw. He just getting pressured like crazy. Literally, he got no time in the pocket. But in the second half, there were throws that he had open, and he missed. I mean, he would have had a pass CD, but your boy Duzier, all right, Rome, yeah, he dropped the touchdown. Yeah, Roma Duze, he dropped a touchdown, but then they ended up running the ball in. But after that, he missed Carter wide open. Carter was wide open. He missed him for a first down on 3rd down. That was key. He threw an interception, but was called back for holding, and that was bad. He also missed DJ Moore, like you said, the interception with DJ Moore. Oh my gosh, like what are you doing? You know what I mean? He underthrew Komet, like the man, and it was an interception. So he like his issue is accuracy right now for me. We know the O line is not going to be there. We know the O line is an issue. Even the run game is not even clicking right now. Swift is not getting nothing going on right now. What Swift had yesterday? Swift had what? You got the numbers right there?
Let me pull it back.
14 carries. I know he had 14 carries. And
14 carries, 18 yards.
1.3 yards a carry? They ain't getting nothing rushing. What the world is going on?
Yeah.
I mean, God dang.
I bet he wish he was still in Philly. He signed that deal quick, though.
I know, right? But it was soon he was getting the ball, it was in the backfield. It was one sack they had on Caleb, man. Danielle Hunter. Oh my gosh. He just like fell on Caleb. I was like, and he started rolling in the ground. I was like, dog. Like this man, he's a grown man tackling a little kid. That's how I looked at it, right? But I gave Caleb a D, another D, man. I gave him a D- last week. I gave him a D this week because I feel like he was under the rest. They blitzed him more than 50% of his snaps this game. They blitzed him. They blitzed him like crazy. They knew they had an offensive line. They knew he was a rookie. They want to see how he react to it. But he did throw them 2 interceptions. I could give him an L. I'm not going to do that because, you know, he did throw 2 interceptions. I get you. But they still had a chance to win that game, even though, like, and I feel like even though he had 2 interceptions, he was moving the ball way more than he did the first game. Like, literally, like that first touchdown they got, he got them down there. He moved that rock down there. So I got to give him props for that. So I'm going to give him. Go ahead.
My bad. No, you can finish.
No, I'm finished. I give him a D.
I gotta move it to an F because if I'm not mistaken, last week I gave him a D-, and the reason why I didn't give him an F is because he didn't turn the ball over. I said at the end of the day, the defense won you the game, but at least you didn't lose it.
Yeah.
At least you didn't lose it. This week you kind of lost that game, bro. To be honest, them interceptions killed you. And yes, the defensive line the offensive line is what it is. You kind of knew that coming there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of knew that. But at the end of the day, you can't put your team in them type of positions. And some of the interceptions, bro, is the last one I remember off the top of my head. He breaks a tackle, scrambles to his right, and just throws it up. Again, this is not college. You cannot play like that, especially without Keenan Allen out there. You cannot, and he's not even a jump ball type of guy, so you really can't even really do that with him. He has to learn that sometimes, bro, you just got to sit back there, you got to take that sack, or you got to just run and throw it away instead of keeping it in bounds, trying to give somebody a chance. At the end of the day, bro, you really ain't got no jump ball receivers like that. That's going. Your best receivers ain't gonna go get it. Listen, I got him in fantasy. I might drop him. He ain't done nothing so far. Bro. Like Doomsday ain't that guy, at least right now. Maybe we'll see him progress as the Bears progress potentially, right? But your other 2 star receivers, Moore and Keelan Allen, those 2 are not jump ball type of guys. These guys are gonna catch the ball, catch the ball in the middle of the field, take those tough tackles. They're route runners, they're speedsters. They're not guys that's gonna go up and get it. That's not how you gonna play, and that's not how you gonna win with this team. Mm-hmm. And so I got him. Them turnovers moves it. If it's anybody else, we giving them an F. And in the case of Jayden, or in the case of Caleb, number 1 overall draft pick, expectations are high. They are high. At the end of the day, they are high. They compare you to Patrick Mahomes. I'm not, but they are. Media is. People are. And I'm high on him. So in order to hold him accountable at this point, all things considered, I got to give you an F.
Yeah, bro. He got pressure at 81% of his dropbacks. That's a lot, bro. That's a lot.
That's
81%. But look, shout out to Jerry, man. This is a true story. Caleb Williams, when they drafted that punter, Torrey Taylor, he told him you would never punt in Chicago. They got the second most punts in the NFL right now.
And see, that's again the confidence. The confidence is here, but the play down here, bro.
Right.
I feel like it's only right to hold him accountable. And I understand that's what makes him special, his ability to extend plays and make them down the field. But bro, it looks great when it works, but when it's not working, bro, let's put it like this: it hasn't worked in the NFL yet. Until we see that, how do we know that's what makes him special? How do we know that's more so not to his detriment right now? Because right now it's been to his detriment. From what I've seen, it's been to his detriment that he's extending plays and making plays worse by turning it over, at least in this most recent game. I got to see it work on a professional level. A lot of guys was good coming out of college extending plays. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys, like Tim Tebow was great extending plays, right? You know what I mean? Like Johnny Football, one of my favorite college football players, great extending plays, right? Jamarcus Russell was great extending plays, right? Buddy that just got benched, Bryce Young, was great extending plays. It ain't work on a professional level yet.
See,
until it works, I'm not comparing him to those guys. I don't think he's gonna beat those guys. But I'm just using examples to say, just because something made you great in college, don't mean it's gonna make you great in the pros.
It's gonna translate, cause like Carl said, he will have some bumps and bruises. See the difference between him and Mahomes. People forget Mahomes sat a whole year before he played. He sat a whole year, and like I said, we was picking our rookies. Mahomes has Andy Reid. Caleb Williams don't have. One thing I can say about Jayden Daniels, I truly believe the coaching with us is better than the coaching they got in Chicago. I don't care what the weapons they got over there. Our coaching is much better. Cliff Kingsbury, game 1, he kind of a little iffy. Game 2 against the Giants, that play calling he did the whole game, great. Fed also Eckler, fed Brian Robinson. You know, short intermediate passes, get Jayden warmed up, and then as the game went on, he started going like 10, 15 yards downfield more than often. You know, so he calling a great game plan. But this coach, it's a video. The offensive coordinator calling plays. He like this. He's shaking. Look, if he has some health issues, I apologize.
Yeah,
but I did see that video. If he have health issues, I apologize. Or he just nervous. I don't know what it is, but he was shaking hard with that play caller sheet.
Yeah. It's a lot to be improved, and the Bears are not off the hook. Excuse me, sorry. The Bears are not off the hook by any stretch of the imagination. But all in all, we knew the offensive line was going to be what it's going to be. We knew the coaching was going to be what it's going to be. But I looked at this team and saw, hey, look, you got some weapons on the outside. You got a solid running back in the backfield in Swift. I know he ain't got it going yet, but I expected a little bit more from Caleb so far this season. It's very early.
Mm-hmm.
The F hits different if this is week 10. It hits different then. But it's very early. It's okay to have these type of performances the first few weeks of the season. It's okay. But y'all gotta coaching gotta be better. And he gotta find a way to, at the very least for now, he cannot lose you games.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. I'd rather have him play like how he played week 1 than play like how he played this past week. I'd rather you just defense, y'all gonna have to win these games. I'd rather you do that. Then look, I'm gonna try to make a pay and make this situation worse by throwing 2 interceptions on the day. That's how I see it.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
We're gonna see. But Joe, let's lighten the mood a little bit. what you say, man? Let's lighten the mood a little bit, man. We didn't talk about the Eagles, and at least for me, let's lighten the mood. I know it's been all peaches and cream for you so far. It's gonna get even better. For me, it's been the Eagles. It's been my pick with Caleb Williams. Admitting Jayden, who I like, is going to be really good. All of that is a lot. But there's nothing more that can make me smile than a Dallas Cowboys blowout loss. Oh, my goodness. The Dallas Cowboys at the crib against New Orleans Saints. Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara, and this defense storms into Dallas, blows Dallas out, then throws a parade in the streets of Dallas when it's over with. Joe, I have a question for you. It's only week 2. We saw what we saw week 1. Now we've seen what we've seen in week 2 when it comes to these Dallas Cowboys. My question for you is, are these the same old Dallas Cowboys we have seen the last 30-something years? Or are they a different team this year?
Man, AJ, I don't know if you remember. When we did our predictions, I was pretty high on the Cowboys. Remember, I said I feel like it's gonna be a year when they can break through that 49ers curse. I know it's week 2. I know it's early. But AJ, yes, it's the same old Cowboys, dog. You can't lose this bad. You can't. And then after the Browns game, I didn't even mention it. They ain't look good then. The defense did, but they played Deshaun Watson. And Turpin had a kickoff return. But the offense had 2 good drives the whole game. I said that. 2 good drives the whole game. The other drives, they couldn't move the ball for real. And then you watch this game, I thought we were playing. They were selling for field goals like a mug. Right? But allowing 6 touchdowns on the first 6 drives, AJ? No. That's unacceptable. At home, when you were undefeated? So I gotta say it, man. Like, these are the same old Cowboys. I'm so disappointed. I know people say, "Oh, it's regular season." Like, shout out to my boy Tomo. What he would say is, "I want to see the playoffs." Tomo, these are signs from the past. What y'all do? Y'all get blown out randomly by some team. In the regular season. I don't see teams that make it to the Super Bowl
get blown out like
out.
this.
Yeah,
Not like this. Not like this.
Like every year, I feel like the Cowboys have won game when they just get smashed like this. Like every year, it's one game like this. So, and it came to the Saints in week 2. So, yes, I'm going to say the same old Cowboys, man.
Last week, I gave the Cowboys credit. And if you remember when I gave them credit, I got close to the camera and said, I won't have to do this again, though. That's going to change pretty soon. I won't have to do this for long. I remember doing that. I remember getting real close, like, I might feel differently pretty soon. And sure enough, bro, the Dallas Cowboys, Derek Carr threw the ball 16 times, Joe. He threw the ball 16 times. He ended the game with 243 yards with 2 touchdowns. He did throw a pick. But 243 yards off of 16 passing attempts, bro. I'm gonna make I said this before the season started. I'm gonna say it again. I don't think this is the same old Dallas Cowboys. Because the same old Dallas Cowboys to me is 12-5, 12-5, 12-5. This Dallas Cowboys team, I think, is gonna be worse than the same old Cowboys. I think they're gonna be worse. Them losing Bland early in the season, we'll see how he looks when he comes back. That really hurts. They have a daunting schedule coming up. They got the Ravens coming up. The Ravens ain't won a game yet. They thirsty for a win. They own NFC teams. They've been beating NFC teams for a minute. At least Lamar been beating NFC teams for a minute now. So that's gonna be a tough matchup. You're playing a defense that is, in my opinion, maybe hasn't looked like it so far. But they're playing a defense, in my opinion, that's still a tick better than the Saints defense. They can run the ball, right? And your issues are still the same. They can't, similar to the Eagles, they cannot stop the run. When you run at Michael Parsons, it's there. You run up the middle. They defensive tackles, they got to figure something out with the defensive interior of that line. You can run you can run right between the tackles. You can run right at Michael Parsons. It's a 5-yard gain here, 5-yard gain there. And then you get that going enough. And guess what, Joe? Here come the play action. That's how you could throw the ball 16 times and put up 243 yards. Because now they so heck bent on stopping the run. We got to figure out a way to stop the run. Now, when you hit them with that play action, the whole field open. I don't trust that back end. I don't trust the back end without Bland out there. Diggs is fresh off of ACL. I don't think he's looked bad so far. But he ain't looked super impressive to me either so far, to be truthfully honest with you. Ain't like he giving up a bunch of big plays, but he don't look like the guy that's coming out there making a bunch of plays either that he was before the injury. So that's the problem. And then you got Dak. This is the thing, bro. You can't put this loss on Dak. Shout out to Reese. Oh, my goodness. Y'all bringing up Dak. Before we even bring up Dak, you can't put this on Dak. Everything can go wrong and y'all say it's Dak's fault. This is my problem with Dak. It's the same old. This is the part of the Cowboys that's the same old saying. It's the same story with Dak every single season. If that defense getting stops, if that defense getting turnovers, he gonna run it up. He might throw 40 on the board by the end of the day. He might throw 50 on the board by the end of the day. But if that defense having a bad day, he ain't gonna save you. He gonna make it worse every time. Just about every time. Only time I can think he didn't make it worse recently was that Seattle game last year.
Seahawks, the only game.
That's the only time, bro. Any other time the defense is struggling, Dak gonna make it worse. He gonna go out there forcing it. He gonna go out there forcing it. He gonna throw interceptions. I think he threw 2. If I'm not, he threw 2 interceptions. One of them, the guy slipped. So okay.
But the second one,
I'm telling you,
and he fumbled. Almost lost a fumble.
It's like he starts to go into hero mode. He starts to go into panic mode. When this defense ain't getting the stops needed, he is guaranteed to make the situation work or worse. Packers game, same dang thing in the playoffs. So it's a reoccurring thing with Dak. If everything is right for Dak, Dak gonna get it done. He gonna get it. He's gonna, and not only is he it's one end of the spectrum or the other, Joe. If that defense getting it done, he gonna play exceptionally well. If that defense ain't playing well, he gonna play really, really bad, bro. That's the thing with him, bro. This team goes as the defense goes. Now, them missing Ferguson does hurt. We're not gonna hide that.
That's
CD,
a safety blanket.
That's a safety blanket that he's missing. I think he's one of the best tight ends in the league on the low.
I like Ferguson.
He not talked about enough, but Ferguson be making plays not only in the run game but in the pass game. Yeah, he's a pretty good player. I give credit where it's due when it comes there. So them missing him definitely hurts. It definitely hurts. It's CeeDee Lamb or bust. Cooks is what he is, But
get a ball with the money out, right?
Dak just got paid. CD just got paid. But at the end of the day, man, I think this Cowboys team, and this is another reason why, and I'll end it with this. This is another reason why I think this Cowboys team is worse than years in the past. It's a psychological thing, bro. It's the same thing I said about the Niners and what we saw from the Eagles last season. When you are at a point where you're favored, we got home field advantage now. All of the stars are aligning. We the 2 seed in the conference. We get to play the Green Bay Packers. They ain't been in the playoffs yet. They're young. We get past them. We got to play at the time, I think, Detroit, or it might have been Tampa. I can't remember which team it was. But going into that game, you win that first round matchup. You're confident if you're a Cowboys fan. This will be the first year we get to the NFC Championship game in forever. This is the year we do it. And then you fall flat on your face. People want to move on from that. But it's hard resetting that when you feel like it was right there for you and you didn't get it. I feel the same way about the Niners that we're going to talk about shortly. You get all the way to the hype. You get all the way to the Super Bowl. Oh, man, we finna do this. We are here. This is our opportunity. You fall flat on your face. And then the next season, it's hard to recover. It's really hard to recover from that type of thing. The Eagles, I feel like, are in a tick of a better situation because everything broke down from last season and they retooled. You know what I mean? But as far as the Cowboys are concerned, bro, last year was emotionally draining, bro. It was. People not talking about that enough. And this schedule, like I said, it ain't getting easier. So I'm not gonna say it's the same old Cowboys, Joe. I'm gonna say this Cowboys team is a tick worse than 12-5.
Dang, you right. If they would have beat the Packers, they would have played the Buccaneers.
As a Cowboy fan and as a Cowboy player, you're confident. No shot at Tampa, who's playing really good ball right now.
Just that year.
That year, the way that defense in Dallas, undefeated in Dallas, the way that defensive line was getting home, the way that secondary blend was pick six. They was playing well.
Dang.
You think this is our year, bro, and they fall flat on their face.
Oh my gosh.
That's in the back of their mind, whether they want to acknowledge it or not. It's still in the back of their mind. And you can tell. Because the moment the game start getting out of hand, the heads drop. Dang, here we go. Dak first interception. We down 14-0. Dak first interception. Oh my goodness. You see Michael Parsons looking up.
I know, right? He looking up constantly. When they scored a touchdown they ran on his side. He looking like, I'm like, bro, they ran at you.
Oh, bro. They got a lot of issues, and this year I think it's even worse, bro. I think it's even worse.
Man, speaking of issues, we got another team that got a lot of injury issues, and they fell to the Minnesota Vikings for the second year in a row. So the Vikings are 2-0. The 49ers are 1-1. But we want to know, are the Vikings for real? Are we talking good Vikings or just a bad Niners team?
So for now, don't know how long this is going to last. I'm still not sold. But for now, I think this was more so about good Vikings than it was about bad Niners, bro. I'm not going to lie. Samuel Darnold has been playing some great football, bro. 268 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did throw an interception, to Fred Warner, who was all over the field. Over the field. I give Fred Warner credit. He was all over the field. Fred Warner is the reason why this game didn't kind of turn into a blowout.
Yeah, he put 2 big turnovers.
Bro, you had a chance to go up 17-0 at one point in the in the beginning of the game. Then you had another chance to go up 20 before he got the red zone punch out, on the goal line. right, against Aaron Jones. I was tough. So Fred Warner is single-handedly, honestly, the reason why they was able to kind of stick around in this football game. But the Vikings, I think they got how many sacks did they get? I think they got like 5 sacks in this game. They forced multiple turnovers, interception, fumble. The defense stood up. They held the 49ers to 7 points up to like the fourth quarter, Joe. Like, I didn't expect that from this defense. Now, I understand you missing CMC. I understand sound like Debo not really 100%. And now Ayuk is rusty as it gets, bro. He's rusty. I mean, Peyton Manning called it out last week. You got to sign that contract and get in camp. I'm not mad at him for holding out, my brother. Get your money. He earned his money. But it's taking him some time to get his footing, and that's clear. It is taking him some time to get his footing. I give respect to the Vikings because they went out there. They made defensive play after defensive play. They made it really hard on Brock Purdy. You know, they did an okay job in the running game. You know, Madison still went for 100 yards, but they still got the it didn't look the same way it looked last week, I would say. Against the defense, I think is better than the Jets defense, right? And so offensively, I think they did what they needed to do besides the turnovers that was forced by Fred Warner. And defensively, they got a ton of stops. They looked just as impressive last week, if not more impressive last week. Again, it was the Giants. I didn't give them credit for that. But you go out there and make and play like that against the Niners, the reigning defending NFC champs, you got to give credit where it's due. The Niners have a lot to work through. They have a lot of different issues that they have going on right now. We all know about the injuries. And like I said, the Super Bowl hangover is a real thing for the winning team and the losing team. But Sunday's game, Vikings play a heck of a game. I got to give it to the Vikings and say it's more so good Vikings than it was bad Niners.
Yeah, I'm going to say good Vikings defense. Let me say that. I felt like the defense was really good. I do think the defense was going to be good going into the season. Well, my biggest question about this team was Sam Darnold. Now, Sam Darnold did play an okay game, but I'm not going to overhype what he did. Like you look at his numbers, it looked great, but you got to think about it. One play was a Jettis for like how many yards? 90-something yards?
It was like 97 yards.
97 yards of Jettis. Then you had another one when it came off of a block punt. You know, like they got and they had to set up. They went 3 and out. And they had to set up for a field goal. And then another one was off a turnover. Like a lot of their points came off of like Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold didn't look like how he looked against the Giants. Let me say that.
Yes,
I do feel like it's a 49. You're right. And I do feel like the Niners were moving the ball. They just couldn't finish the drives. There were times when they went for the 4th down, they couldn't do it. Then they turned the ball over. Brock Purdy throwing interceptions. And Brock Purdy gave Brian Flores some props after the game. He said, man, your scheme is crazy. He told him that. He said, your scheme is crazy. His defensive scheme. So I would say, I'm not going to say bad Niners. They are suffering from injuries. Debo got hurt. He left the game. Kittle left the game week 1, right? I mean, no, he left the game too, right? I think against the Vikings.
I think so.
And he came back though, but he got injured. Then you already got C-Mac with issues, you know. So they are dealing with injuries. I know Mark said it on the R2L show. The good thing is they suffering these injuries now. They're getting them right now. That's good. But usually the 49ers, their issue is the quarterback. The quarterback gets hurt. Jimmy G gets hurt or something like that, right? Brock Purdy is healthy, so they should be okay. Brandon Ayuk will get that rest off. So I think the 49ers are still good. But think about it. They haven't beaten the Vikings in Minnesota since December 13th, 1992. So that got something to do with it too. Like, I mean,
don't that sound like a Cowboy stat? My bad. We ain't even talking about that. I'm just saying. I heard 1992. I'm like, yeah, that sound like Dallas Cowboy. That sound like Dallas Cowboy S. That sound like.
So I gotta take that. I gotta take that into consideration. Like, they haven't beaten this team in a long time, and even how good the Niners were last year, they lost to the same team, bro. Like they lost it on Thursday Night Football. You know, so and Jettis was hurt. Jettis didn't even play that game. so I'm gonna say still a good Niners team and a good Vikings defense. I'm gonna say that.
I give Sam Darnold a little more credit than you do because at the end of the day, a receiver can be open. Well, we see guys miss people all day long. That's a really good pass to Jettis for that touchdown. Shout out to Jettis. Shout out to Jettis, by the way. Shout out to Jettis, by the way. Shout out to you too, Kev, if you still watching.
And neighbors, other neighbors.
Yeah, shout out the neighbors. Yeah, shout out the neighbors. Well, them boys put up work, put up numbers for me, man. Got me my dub. I needed it in fantasy. Yeah, right. Yep. Shout out Jamar Chase. Shout out Patrick Mahomes. All of y'all. Shout out all of y'all on that team over there. All of y'all deserve some credit for the win. And Hurts, who played a great game too. I just want to say, as far as fantasy season, icing on the cake, man. He just ran it up on Kev. Just ran it up. But at the end of the day, Sam Darnold made those. You still got to go out there and make the play. You still got to go out there and make the pass. The defense is going to force some turnovers. The defense is going to make plays, special team, block, punt. We understand that. But you still got to make the plays. You know what I mean? And so that's why I give him a little bit more credit. It's not too many guys that's going to go out there, throw two touchdowns and 268 on the Niners defense. It's not too many. Not too many. And so we see that this Niners defense suffocate quarterbacks, bro. Suffocate quarterback. At the very least, make things very complicated in their head. You know, hit them so much, turn them over so much, you know, confuse them, frustrate them, intimidate them so much, bro, that it's like when you finally see a quarterback break through and have a decent day, especially somebody like Sam Darnold, who you don't really expect this from. I'll give him credit. I do understand what you're saying, though. I mean, I ain't going, you know, we're not giving grades out. I ain't like I would give him an A, but the offense did what needed to. And again, if we playing an if game, if we playing a this happened and that happened, bro, they could have scored more touchdowns. Again, the Fred Warner interception was a great play. That was a great play, bro.
He had 2 great plays.
That was just a great play ball, all pro, probably the best linebacker in the game, right?
And that fumble was incredible.
I mean, the punch out at the goal line, like that's another probably 7 points. That's 14 points you put on the board.
7 points.
I mean, hey.
You're right.
So I mean, that's why I give him credit, because I mean the defense made plays. Sam Darnold could have gotten his head after that, but he bounced back. And like you said, Jettis didn't finish the game. Jettis didn't even finish the game, and you still found a way to score enough points to walk away with the win. So I give him credit.
Too. It was still close.
It was still jostling for it.
And on top of that, he was. This is a revenge game for him too. So I got you're right, like, because my expectations for him were very, very low, and he is exceeding expectations after week 2. So
now
I give him his props.
We'll see how long it lasts. We'll see how long it lasts, bro. That's my only thing. We'll see. But for now, give credit where it's due. Give credit.
They got the Texans next. So
yeah, I mean, hey, bro. One thing I love about the NFL this year, it's a lot of tough schedules.
It is.
It's a lot of tough. Some of everybody playing some of everybody, and teams that we didn't think would be that good are playing really well so far. So you just never know. The parity in the NFL is pretty good. Besides the Chiefs being the Chiefs, it's a lot of parity in the NFL, and I love it.
Yeah, man. We got the Bengals next week. Y'all got the Saints, and the Cowboys got the daggone Ravens. Like,
it's
so
a heck of a week.
Yeah,
and pick them at the end. We're gonna run through it quick, but it'll be fun.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's quickly touch on this last quick topic, man. Ravens. My boy, they 0-2.
Woo.
This is the first time an MVP has been 0-2. Started the following season 0-2 since 2002.
Woo.
They struggling out the gates.
Woo.
Now I got a take on this, but I'm curious to see what your take is on the Baltimore Ravens. Is it time to be concerned about the Ravens? I forget how far you had them going. I got them playing in the Super Bowl.
I got them winning.
You got them. So, hey, is it time to be concerned? Are you jumping off that bandwagon? How do you feel about the Ravens?
No, I think the 0-2 start is kind of glaring and it's misleading. All right, because number one, they play 2 guys they can't beat. Come on now.
I stole my state. You stole my my take, bro. You stole my take, bro. You stole my take, bro. I was gonna say that verbatim.
You know that.
I was gonna say that verbatim, bro. Yes, bro.
Lamar can't beat them. He can't beat Mahomes. He can't beat Gardner Minshew. Come on now. I mean, last 2 years he 0-4 against them. I mean, what do I expect? And he lost both of them. Gardner Minshew match was in Baltimore both times. So beat him with 2 different helmets. Come on, one with the horseshoe on it, and one with the Raider. And that's what you said, right? The Raider.
Oh man.
But look, man, I'm not tripping because I told Carl this. Every year, early in the season, with Lamar, the Ravens have a loss when they had to lead the whole game to a team that have no business being in the game with and fumbling the game just off of some random stuff. I remember last year they were beating the 2 years ago. They were beating the Dolphins by like 28 points, and they lose. Last year against the Colts, they were up the whole game and lost. That's what they do early in the season. So I'm not going to trip off that. But I do want to show you something. All right, I got to grab it for you. First time grab being presented on Unfazed. But I grab it for you, all right? So look, I got this QB comparison. All right? So we got this. Why is those? All right. Let me see how this is on AJ. Hold on. Let me see something. Why is it so small? I don't know. We'll just stick with this. So look, it's a blind reveal. All right. Both of them 1-1. 77.5% completion percentage, which leads the NFL, by the way. 67% completion percentage. 533 passing yards to 461. 2 turnovers to 4. Their running back is 44th ranking rushing, and the other one is 4th. Who do you think those 2 people are?
The one of the running backs is ranked 44.
Yep. The QB that's with better numbers, running back is worse than the one that's. You see what I'm saying? So
I ain't gonna lie. The passing yards, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's Hurts on the right.
Hurts on the right.
I could be wrong though. I think that's Hurts on the right.
The Raiders. That's my man Gardner Minshew and Jalen Hurts. Look how well my man playing. You can't win 11 games with Gardner Minshew. I told you gonna throw that rock. My man throwing that rock. He's leading the NFL in completion percentage, and they are throwing the ball. He probably got more attention than Hurts. He's throwing the ball. They throw the ball too much, in my opinion. But he is balling. It was that one play when he threw a pick. He gonna do that. And my man Max Crosby, who I picked Defensive Player of the Year, said, "Hey, keep your head up. We believe in you. We're gonna win this game." He's like, "All right, I got you." Through the game winning touchdown, scoring 3 straight drives. He was finding Devontae. Finding Jacoby Myers. Finding Brock Bowers. Oh my goodness, cooking. So this is more for me for about the Raiders. And you see that defense, right? That defense look pretty good, AJ. They look pretty good. So
they do look good.
We're gonna see. I had them being 1-1 by this time. They are 1-1. 11 games, 10 more to go. Go ahead, AJ.
I like the blind comparison. You got Minshew over Hurts?
Nah, I don't.
Oh, just checking. You know, just making sure
how well my boy playing.
Just making sure. You know what I mean? Because people see that and they like, hey, look at the numbers, look at the comparison. But I mean, Minshew was Hurts' backup. You know what I mean? So but I give credit. To Gardner Minshew. I ain't gonna let that graphic take me off course for what I was getting ready to say about the Ravens. Jalen Hurts, he started the season. One of them turnovers, they gonna put Hurts when it was a bad snap. It makes me mad. You know what I mean? I'm sure if you put Pat numbers up there, Pat got like 3 total turnovers as well. It is what it is. Hurts will get better as the season goes, and he shouldn't have threw an interception last night, bro. Should have came down to that. It makes me mad thinking about it. But this ain't about Hurts. This ain't about the comparison. This is about the Ravens. Am I concerned about the Ravens right now? No. Now, what I will say is this. They better not lose to Dallas.
Yeah, 0-3 is different.
They better not lose to Dallas. They lose to Dallas, I'm having a completely different conversation. But like I said, you took the words right out of my mouth, bro. They played 2 guys they just can't beat, it seemed like. They can't beat Pat. They can't beat Gardner Minshew. Both of those 2 quarterbacks have their number. I don't know. Pat, I understand. Gardner Minshew, bro. I don't get it. I do not. It's like he see red when he see them Ravens, bro. He get the dotting it up and doing this thing out there. So he played extremely well. The concerns I have for the Ravens, I mean, their offensive line could be better.
Yes,
I will say that. I think they need it, and this is, I mean, we're gonna say this till we blow in the face. I think they need another go-to receiver. They need another big body receiver. I mean, but we know that. I'm slightly concerned about this defense. Not gonna lie, bro. Now, again, 2 quarterbacks that they can't beat, bro. 2 quarterbacks they can't beat. But I'm not used to 2 teams putting up 25 points in back-to-back weeks against the Baltimore Ravens. I'm not used to that. Pat in a way kind of got what he wanted, what he needed to get what he wanted, and then that fourth quarter, so did Gardner Minshew. You know, so friggin' Devontae Adams and Bowers, they got whatever they wanted whenever they wanted it in that secondary. And a secondary that I like a lot. And so I will say I'm not too concerned because they have Lamar Jackson. You know, they have, you know, pieces on that defensive side of the ball. I do like Zay Flowers. You know, I like the team as a whole. I'm trying to pull up the Ravens schedule real quick. But I will say, I got it up right now. I will say it helps that the Bengals struggling out of the gate too. Mm-hmm. It helps. They are also on too. I think both of these teams are going to climb in this division. I think the Steelers, they always do. I think the Steelers are decent right now. I don't know how long they're going to hang on to that top spot right now, but the defense is for real. I will get nervous if they lose to that, but they really can't afford to lose to Dallas. After that, they got Josh Allen, who Joe, we ain't talked about him yet, but he playing good ball. Then he got the Bengals after that. Then he got your Commanders, and then he got the Bucks and the Browns. They schedule ain't getting easier.
Yeah.
And so they can't keep dropping these games. This is a game I feel like they really needed to have. The Ravens are good enough to beat any team I just mentioned, which is why I'm not too concerned. But they got to show it, bro. Damn. They got to show it. And one thing I will say about Dallas, at home, they are really good after a loss.
Yeah, they are.
They are good for the embarrassment. We just got embarrassed. It's time for the bounce back W. They will be motivated. I think a part of it, they playing it. Yep, they are. Yep, they're in Dallas. I do think they will be motivated. I do think they may have even overlooked their opponent this past week looking at the Ravens. I think that's a possibility. Overlook the Saints just a touch. I do, especially at the crib. I think that's a possibility. But I think they'll be ready for the Ravens.
Yeah. They got schemed up against the Saints.
Yeah. The Ravens ain't using a ton of offensive scheme.
Yeah, they're not.
So, you know, that's going to be a very interesting game this week. And I still haven't made a decision on which way I'm swaying when it comes to this pick 'em. We got to make them real soon. But they can't afford to lose to Dallas with the rest of this schedule coming up. Because they're not going – I don't see them beating the Bills and the Bengals in back-to-back weeks. I could be wrong, but I can't see it. So I think this game against Dallas is an early must-win. You got to beat Dallas. Got to beat Dallas and Dallas. And then I think once they get the ball rolling, they will be fine. But remember, I didn't have them finishing first in the division or in the conference. I think I had them finishing second or third in the conference. Winning the division, finishing second and third.
So we had the same thing with the Ravens.
Yeah. And I got them,
came out of games.
Yep, making a run, going into Arrowhead, beating Pat in Arrowhead. I'm staying with that. But boy, y'all better not lose to Dallas. And Chris, if you watching, my brother, you do all that trolling for a team that ain't won a game yet. I'd be a little nervous if I was a fan. Just a little bit. I'm just saying.
All right, let's get these pick'ems going, man. Let's get these pick'ems. It's the fun part. And for the people that's at home, I checked the score. I had the score. I had the score. I got a losing record.
I got it. So right, y'all can still see me on the screen, right?
Yep.
All right. So right now, Joe is 13-18.
Say it again. Sorry.
13-18.
All right.
Actually, Joe, we
14-18.
I was gonna say. I'm actually 17-15. We didn't lock in that Bills pick, we didn't lock in the Bills game. So really, I'm 17-15. Joe is 14-18 when it comes to these pickups. So you did close the gap quite a bit this week.
One game.
I mean, hey, you closed the gap. I don't know. Maybe it's because I picked so many. I got so many L's this week. But
man, me too. We picked a lot of the same teams too. And then I had the Patriots winning. They lost in overtime. But I had the Cardinals winning, and you had them losing. So that canceled out. But we had almost the same picks across the board.
There's another interesting week in the NFL, though, man. I'll run them down. I got it up right now, so I'll run it down. Yep, I got it up. All right, so first matchup. This is Thursday night. We have if I can get this off my screen. There we go. We got the Pats and the Jets. I got the Jets.
This is tough. You think it is? It's gonna be a close game.
You got who?
Woo! I'm gonna go to the Jets, man.
I gotta go.
Go with the Pats, though. I'm gonna go to the Jets. Go ahead.
Sunday 12, we got the Giants at the Bears or Giants at the Browns. I'm rocking with the Browns.
I'm gonna go with the Browns too, man. I want to go with the Giants so bad.
Man.
I'm gonna go with the Browns. Giants might win this game. Don't be surprised. Go ahead. I'm going to the
I
Browns.
don't know if I trust Daniel against that defense. I don't know if I trust it. We got the Green Bay Packers who got a surprising win this week. Green Bay Packers at Tennessee Titans. I'm gonna rock with the Packers. No, actually, I'm gonna rock with Tennessee at the crib for this one.
I'm going with the Packers.
Okay. Okay. We got the Bears at the Indianapolis Colts.
I'm going with the Colts.
I think, oh man.
Colts
0-2. They're at home. Come on, Caleb. I'm rocking with you this week. I'm rocking with Caleb this week.
All right.
Again. We got the Texans at Minnesota Vikings. I'm rocking with the Texans.
Yeah, me too. Vikings on a good streak, but I'm going to the Texans. Man, Nico Collins. Woo. Go ahead, though.
Baller. Next. We got what I should do is I should reveal the percentages on these too. Really quick. 93% of people are picking the Browns to beat the Giants. We got 80% of people picking the Packers to beat the Titans. We got 55% of people picking the Colts to beat the Bears. We got 72% of people picking the Texans to beat the Vikings. Eagles at Saints. We got 58% of people picking guess who?
The Saints?
New Orleans.
For real?
New Orleans.
We'll make it 59.
I got Philly in a close one. One thing I forgot to say before we move on to this next game. In a way, I'm slightly glad that we got an early loss out of the way because it gives you an opportunity to see what this team is made of early this year. Stop riding these highs of 5-0, 10-0, 7-0. Let's see what we made of. I want to see what we made of. This is an opportunity to see what we are made of. I'm rocking with Philadelphia. Next, we got 51% of people beating or picking the Steelers to beat the Chargers. Very close game. It is in Pittsburgh. I'm rocking with. This goes against some narratives, but I'm going to pick the Chargers.
Okay, I'm going to go with. I'm gonna rock with the Steelers.
Okay, we on opposite ends of the spectrum this week. We're gonna see. You might take the lead this week. We got 97% of people picking the Bucks over the Broncos. This game is in Tampa Bay. I am rolling with Tampa Bay.
Yeah, make that 100% now.
Panthers at Raiders. We got 96%. 96% of people picking the Raiders. I'm also rocking with the Raiders.
Come on now. If you playing fantasy, get the Raiders defense. I got the Raiders.
You high on them, and they ain't let you down too much yet. They ain't looked the greatest week one, but they looked pretty good last week. Next, we got the Seahawks versus the Dolphins. This game is in Seattle. 71% of people are picking Seattle, probably because Tua's not playing. Just got put on IR too, by the way. I'm gonna rock with Seattle.
I'm gonna go with Miami.
Interesting. Okay. Next, maybe game of the week. We have the Ravens at the Cowboys. 67% of people are picking, drum roll, please. Ravens. I don't see the Ravens starting on 3. I'm rocking with the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm going Ravens too. No way I'm picking the Cowboys over the Ravens. Sorry.
You picking the Cowboys?
No.
Oh, you said no way. No way. Got you.
Way.
Okay. Next, we have the 49ers at the Rams. 93% of people are picking the Niners to win this game. It is, again, in L.A.
Yeah, L.A. hurt. I'm going with the 49ers.
Who hurt on L.A.? I missed that.
Cooper Kupp is now hurt, too.
Oh, Cooper Kupp hurt? Yeah. It's still going to be a tough game, though, because the Niners are banged up without Debo, without CMC. I'm going to roll with the Niners to be safe because I've been picking against you a little bit too much. We got the Lions at the Cardinals. This game is in, again, Arizona. 74% of people are picking Detroit to win this game. I'm rocking with the Cardinals.
Win this game. You rock with the Cardinals?
I'm rocking with the Cardinals.
Okay, because you rock with them. I'm going to go with the Lions. But
Kyler playing great ball right now.
When I was doing my predictions, I kept saying Cardinals a sneaky team. They're gonna be in a lot of close games.
Yep. Sunday night football. Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs at the Atlanta Falcons. 92% of people are rocking with the Chiefs. I'm rolling with the Chiefs as well.
Yeah, that's why the Falcons had to beat y'all because they couldn't go.
They had to. Yep, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Dang, the Jazz about to go 0-3 too. Dang.
And we got 2 Monday night games apparently this week.
Oh, we the primetime one though.
Yep, y'all the 7:15 game, my time. So we got the Jaguars at the Buffalo Bills. 95% of people are picking the Buffalo Bills. I'm rocking with Buffalo as well.
Me too.
And then we have the Commanders at the Bengals. 90% of people are picking the Bengals to win this game. I don't think the Bengals lose their first 3 games of the season this year. I think that they get the Commanders at home.
Listen, every week I'm picking the Commanders. Commanders.
All right, there we go, man. Hey, this pick'em is getting interesting by the week, y'all. I started with a pretty big lead. Joe has a grand opportunity to catch me this week, though. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be a fun week. It's gonna be a fun week. I talked a lot of trash week 1. First thing Joe said was, "It's a long season." A long season. And now I'm thinking in my head, it's only week 1. It's a long season. Now I'm thinking, boy.
And look, and I'm over here with my shades on. And week 2, I'm over here.
Hey, if you end up taking the lead, guess what I'm gonna say? It's a long season. It's a long season. I gotta catch up.
Yeah, great show, man. Yeah.
Yes, great show. Thank y'all all for tuning in to this week's episode of Unfazed. This was like my little therapy session. I'm glad I got everything off my chest as far as these birds. We'll see how they respond. Joe, you got any last words real quick?
Hey, look, shout out to the whole R2L family, the R2L network. Shout out to you. And yeah, man, we just getting started. Shout out to the Commanders.
Yes, just getting started. Shout out to the birds. Shout out to the R2L family. Rock with all of y'all. Until next time, and the people that's watching from my channel as well. Shout out to y'all for showing love. We here every single week. Win, lose, or draw, we are here every single week. Trust me, it was hard for me to be here this week. Not gonna lie.
Real quick,
but we here.
happy birthday to my bro, J-Mo. Had a birthday September 14th.
Yes, happy birthday, my guy. Dolphins fan, Sixers fan. I don't know how you doing with them Sixers, but I feel for you, my brother. I feel for you, my brother. I'm here for you. But no, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to him. We'll catch y'all in the next episode of Unfazed.
Let's get it. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.